Hello, Grasshopper here. It's Monday, December 4th, 2023, and I'm off work. Yay! I'm happy about it. I had like 3 days left of PTO and had to use them for the end of the year or lose them. So I'm taking every Monday off for the rest of the year because I don't like Mondays. Does anybody like Mondays? I decided to make a video. I've been thinking about the strategy of the Democrat Party um, lately, and I went to AI and video dot io. It's a AI tool that's a text to video tool I enjoy quite a bit. It's not perfect and still needs some work. It's kind of lacks some stock videos. It's videos like I did a gaming video, and it was kind of limited on what gaming footage it had. Anyway, I digress. We're getting into Democrat strategy here. Focus. So one thing I know, I experienced 2016 election, the whole thing, and it started, and I saw a clear failure on the Democrats to um, what do you call it? Ignite the the voters to vote Democrat. So Bernie ignited the young vote with his campaign for free college, and I understand that. I mean, if you're a young person, getting free education could change your life. Yeah, sure. I mean, sounds great. So the young people were rallying behind Bernie, and but then the Democrat Party decided to just drop Bernie. Big mistake, I think, and push Hillary. And I couldn't even tell you what Hillary ran, what her campaign platform was. I had no intention of voting for her, that's for sure. To me, it felt like she was a diversity hire. Sorry, it's just funny because it's kind of like Democrats in a way were thinking, well, we got the first black president in Obama, so let's get the first woman president. It's like, but it's just rather than focus on like who's the best candidate that could win us the election, which might have been Bernie. I don't know. Um, There's some other candidates too back then. Let me think. Yeah, but that was a big mistake. It didn't go down as we all know. I mean, it didn't quite fall the way the Democrats wanted it to, or break their way. It didn't break their way. I don't know. Sometimes they do stuff that's just it's crazy to me. Oh yeah, well like Biden. There you go. There's another one. Like why'd they push him? I mean, oh I don't know what it was too. It was Andrew Yang. I really liked him, and they just totally snobbed him. And I thought he was pretty cool. I thought he was pretty like reasonable person, very kind of very moderate. Um, yeah, and they snobbed him. I think they snobbed him over, and then pushed Biden and Bernie. Again, they snobbed Bernie, and this was in 2020. I don't know. It's unbelievable. And Biden is just just so awful. He really dude needs to retire. Um, Let me see. So I made this video, and I guess I gotta play the video and discuss it. I'm having a hard time making this video today. It's just something I want to get done, make some content. But this is like my 12th take. I'm just just confessing. Here's like my 12th take. Um, yeah, let's just roll it.
Our journey begins in the year 2013. The Democrats, fresh off a successful re-election campaign for President Barack Obama, found themselves in a strong position. Their strategy revolved around harnessing the power of a diverse coalition, focusing on issues such as healthcare reform, clean energy, and equal rights. However, the implementation of the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, was fraught with technical difficulties and public backlash. a misstep that would come to haunt them in the following years. Fast forward to 2016, the
Okay, yeah. So I want to touch on that. So I've heard lots of people talk about, Democrats talk about how great Obama was, and I'm like, are you? I mean, how? He was terrible. I mean, he was not great. He was mediocre, if anything, and very mediocre. And Obamacare was a disaster, and it's like, um, yeah, it had technical problems, but what the AI forgot to mention is that insurance premiums went up because he decided to force insurance companies to allow pre-existing conditions. So now the middle class, as always, ended up bearing the brunt of this. So it cost us more. I remember my insurance premiums going up, because of Obamacare. If anything, it may not have been just because of Obamacare. It just gives companies the excuse to raise, to take more out of your check, I guess, right? Actually, that might be illegal, so never mind. But it did come from the insurance companies then. So at any rate, though, insurance premiums went up, rates went up. It cost the middle class. What did it do for the middle class? Not much. I mean, because we're the ones working who had insurance. We had health insurance. So, oh goodness, it's like he's a socialist. Obama's a socialist, and I'm so tired of that. We don't know how to do. Socialism basically means screw over the middle class. That's what it means in the United States. Now, it may not mean that in Europe, or because I know I've seen some things about Italy. Like they seem to care about the middle class in Italy, at least from what I can see. I think if you're Italian, you get like the government enforces a like 3 weeks off a year, paid vacation, and I think that's on top of like what companies offer. And it's like required. They're required to give these 3 weeks. Well, I mean 4 weeks, to employees. So in that case, it's like they've made laws to kind of help out the middle class, create work life balance. Oh no, work life balance, can't have that in the United States. That's not something that happens. I really don't. I'm not a good American. I need to be I need to live in Spain or Italy. So so we don't do socialism right. So I'd rather we didn't do it at all, because all it does is hurt the middle class every time. Every time. So let's just not even do it, okay? Because you're not going to do it right. They're not going to do it correctly. They're not going to do it right. So stop. Just stop trying to be Europe and failing.
year that marked a significant shift in the Democrats' strategy. The party, traditionally seen as the champion of the working class, appeared to pivot towards a more elitist approach, favoring technocrats and academics. This shift, critics argue, alienated a significant portion of their base, leading to the unexpected loss in the presidential election. The year 2018 saw the Democrats regaining some ground with a strategy aimed at taking control of the House of Representatives. They achieved this by focusing on local issues and recruiting candidates who resonated with their districts. Nevertheless, the party's inability to effectively communicate a unified message and their continued struggle with internal divisions cast a shadow over their victory. In the year 2020, the Democrats, in their bid for the presidency, adopted a strategy of presenting themselves as a safe and stable alternative to the incumbent administration. Despite winning the presidency, critics argue that this strategy lacked a clear vision for the future, putting the party on the defensive rather than the offensive. As we reach the present day, 2020.
Okay, I mean, that's an interesting take on 2020. Yeah, I mean, I can see that, I guess. Sort of where the AI is coming from here. Um, like, yeah, campaigned on like stability and safety, I guess. I mean, I guess. Um, I don't. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I'm not. There's some things I'd like to say, but you can't, because shadow banned or censored. Censorship is real in the 21st century. Let's go on.
1983, it is clear that the Democrats' strategies over the past decade have been a mixed bag of successes and failures. From the troubled implementation of Obamacare to the perceived shift towards elitism, from the reclaiming of the House to the defensive strategy of the recent presidential campaign, the party has navigated a complex and ever-changing political landscape. In conclusion, the Democrats' strategies over the past 10 years have been marked by an attempt to form broad coalitions, a shift towards perceived elitism, a focus on local issues, and a defensive posture in the face of opposition. While these strategies have led to some significant victories, they have also been met with criticism and setbacks.
Oh, I just want to say one thing. I'm not sure about the defensive. I mean, I think the video kind of gives the wrong impression. Might make you think that Democrats are defensive all the time, and they're not. They've kind of become extreme, and they've kind of become extreme. They've kind of weaponized the FBI. They've gone after people, like they've been going after their political, what do you call it, opponents, but doing corrupt things to do that. So I don't. I mean, this video, the AI kind of paints them as being like kind of sheepish, and it's like, I'm not really. I wouldn't want to give that impression. I think 2020 was. We think. Oh yeah, I don't want to get into it. 2020 was kind of crazy. It was a crazy election year. That's all I can say. But yeah, I don't know if I'd say they're just being. I mean, I don't know if I'd say that they're defensive all the time. For one thing, the people that are sheepish, a lot of Republicans are complaining about the current Republicans we have in Congress and the Senate being sheepish, not doing enough to fight back the way the Democrats fought Trump.
Highlighting the challenges of political maneuvering in a deeply divided nation.
Oh, that's it. Okay. I didn't know I was that close to the end. Yeah, that's a pretty good little video. Just gives a quick kind of synopsis. So right now, the Democrats are losing the black vote because resources aren't free, and we have a bunch of immigrants coming in because they refuse to close the borders, and now we're taking in hundreds of thousands of immigrants, and the black communities in like Chicago are feeling the strain. It's like I don't know what the Democrats, these people that voted Democrat or have always voted Democrat. What did you expect? I mean, you've seen how all the radical left is all about about inclusion. Okay, there we go, inclusion. So is that what this open border thing comes from? I'm trying to figure this out because is it about inclusion or diversity? Maybe, but somehow people don't understand that you have to pay for these things. You don't just like some countries. What was I going to say? They pay to let people come in, but they vet those people. Like you have to be. I don't know. They okay. So some companies will let you become a citizen, but you have to pay money. Like you have to invest $100,000 in a business in said country, right? But this is like, we're not getting anything. We're just getting these people. We're getting a tax burden at this point. And it's just like, we don't have the resources for it. I mean, it lowers the quality of life too. Like in America, a lot of people, and the young people don't know this. It's weird. They don't realize that like the quality of life has been steadily on the decline in the United States because it used to be we had a lot more, I don't know. It just was better. It's easier to live. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's easier to live. Things didn't cost as much. And now everything seems to cost a lot more. A lot more inconveniences, I guess, too. No job security. Yeah, it used to be we had job security. That's gone. Very few people have job security or stay at the same company for years. It used to be like you, you graduated college, then you went to work for a good company, and you stayed with that company, your whole life. And now it's not like that at all. There's some good and bad about it. I mean, the bad it used to be that like the bad was like if you didn't stay at a company long, it was kind of like a mark, like a bad thing seen as a negative about you, as a person. And now it's not so much. Companies don't care. I mean, as much about it because people jump around a lot nowadays. Kind of more like it's more like a contractor vibe going on these days. Um, and then AI is going to replace us all anyway. So what's it matter? We're all gonna be on universal basic income, and AI is gonna be doing all the things and making life great, right? Supposedly, I hope so. I wish, We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Democrats they're losing the black vote right now. They don't seem to have a plan, and we're going into 2024, and Biden's not popular. I don't know if he was ever popular, but his popularity is definitely low. Um, and I don't know if the Democrats are capturing the hearts and minds of the American people right now. Trump's probably doing a lot better job of that, and Vivek and other people. Um, but Trump's definitely, I think he's definitely captured the hearts and minds of the American people. And then people like, because people are starting to see like, well, things were good under Trump. We were not in the middle of like several wars, um, and we felt safer. The economy was better. A lot of things. Like personally, I know Trump did a tax cut, and so I got to see more of my pay throughout the year. Um, so the flip side is you don't get as big of a tax return, which that's a good thing because you're seeing your money throughout the year. You're not supposed to use the tax system as a what do you call it, like a savings plan. That's not what you're supposed to do. At least that's what I've been. That's not financial advice, by the way. I'm not giving financial advice, but um, yeah, I mean, but you get to see. I got to see more of my paycheck, and because the tax cuts to corporations, fortunately, I mean, this is just my own experience, but we got an extra bonus that year, and we got bonuses at the company I worked, but we got an extra one for the tax cut, which is great. I got $1,000 bonus or something. Um, it's more than I've ever gotten from a Democrat. Okay, that's more than anything I've gotten from any Democrat that I can remember. Going back, I mean, I know Obama didn't do anything. If anything, he cost me money. And my insurance premiums start going up. More started like an extra $10 or $15 started coming out of my check. Not cool, man. Not cool at all. That's bogus. All because they wanted socialized medicine in the United States, and they still didn't do it right. It's still a disaster, and I knew it wasn't going to be done right. So why even why even go down that path? It's like inviting disaster. It's like why invite disaster? Um, yeah. So okay. Wait, I lost my train of thought. Oh goodness. Yeah. So going forward, the Democrats, they're really bad at strategy. That's why I think they try to cheat, because I don't know what it is, why their brains don't work with strategy. Because right now they're trying to indict President Trump. They're trying to. I've heard rumors of them trying to that they might possibly take him off. That some states might take him off the ballot. I don't know how that's legal. I don't understand how that's even legal. It's like if the Republicans have a nominee, it's like how are you going to let people not vote for the candidate they want to vote for? Like, since has that ever happened in American history? I don't even know if that's even happened in American history. Um, that would be incredible if that happens, and I think it might happen because these states have been getting very bold lately, and doing things that like Georgia indicting Trump over voter fraud or something, allegations. Okay, I don't even really know why. I don't think he did anything wrong, and I don't think he deserved to be anything to be like an offense that's to be indicted over, like as he's or be treated as he has. But I digress. I digress. I didn't mean to get down that rabbit hole. It's just sometimes it's hard for me when I'm doing this like stream of consciousness type recording. So let me think. So yeah, so to me it's a sign that it's like it makes sense that Democrats cheat because they got some really bad strategies. I mean, at least on the surface, like their upfront strategies like really bad, like push Hillary, snob Bernie, snob Andrew Yang. I thought Yang was pretty good. I mean, that's like middle of the road kind of guy, but he seemed to have a good head on his shoulders, level headed, reasonable. Apparently, we can't have that. It's not allowed in America. It's crazy. But I still like Yang. I've heard him talk since then, since he lost since the election. I've heard him talk, and I still like him. So yeah, so they do things like snobbing certain candidates, pushing others. But then behind the scenes, it's like maybe they're thinking it's like it doesn't matter anyway because we're just gonna use whatever power they have at other levels to manipulate things and get what they want. Because right now I feel like I don't think Biden's in charge. I mean, not really. It's more like it's the uniparty. That's what they call it now. It's because there's Republicans that are weak and don't represent the party correctly, and they're just like career politicians. They're just crooked, basically crooked politicians. So they're up there helping these Democrats, and we call it the uniparty now. You could call them rhinos, Republicans in name only. That's been tossed around, but now it seems to be the trend is to call it uniparty, which kind of makes sense. It's like the worst of the Democrats and the worst of the Republicans working together to do the things they want to do, and not without any regard to their constituency. So anyway, this is a hard video to make. I'm just having a hard time talking about it, but Democrat strategy is something I wanted to talk about because it's been in the news lately. So let me see if I can summarize this. So in summary, the Democrats right now, 2023, we're going into the 2024 election. I'm not even sure if the Democrats are having a primary or if I guess Biden's running. I don't even really know what they're doing. It's really confused. It's really weird. It doesn't seem to be strong. They don't seem to have a strong strategy, that's for sure. So I'm thinking they're going to sneak something. They got something up their sleeve. I have a feeling they have something up their sleeve. And so yeah, that's what's going on there. What else? Oh yeah, they're losing the black vote. Blacks have woken up and figured out that the Democrats don't have the party they've always voted for doesn't have their best interest at heart. I mean, I think a blind man could have seen that, but whatever. So now they want to get on. They want a ticket to the Trump train, baby. The Trump train. Woo woo. So, yeah, chugga 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 chugga. Yeah, so they lose the black vote. What else? Trying to think of where else they failed. I think they failed to capture the hearts and minds of the American people. I might have mentioned that. I did mention that. With that elitist, they got some elitist thing going on. I don't know what that's about. They need to rid themselves of that nonsense. The wars? Oh yeah, the wars. Okay, there we go. So yeah, duh. Yeah, so they got these wars going on that nobody asked for, nobody wanted. And it's really weird because they always act like Trump was this terrible person, and we were in zero wars when Trump was president. They act like he's this just terrible, awful person. I would think an awful person would be a warmonger, and Trump wasn't. Trump didn't do that. The economy's in rough shape. Okay, yeah, that's another one too. So Democrats, they kind of have Bidenomics, and the Democrats have failed. they failed the American people when it comes to the economy. We're still kind of in inflation. I think we're still experiencing inflation. Like it's just like the rate of inflation has fallen, but not the actual inflation, if I understand correctly. I know. I mean, I haven't seen prices really come down. It seems like to me, I don't remember Taco Bell being, like $12 for one person. It was the craziest thing. I went to the local restaurant. I went to the local pasta grill where I live, is what's called, and got a really good meal, good quality food, right? And it was like $15 for carry out. And you go to Taco Bell, if I got like a couple items, and I don't eat a lot. I'm not a big eater. I mean, I don't. I mean, I know I'm kind of overweight, but I don't eat as much as some people. I know guys that eat way more than me, for sure. So I'm like, okay, so a meal for me at Taco Bell is say a chicken quesadilla and I don't know, beef burrito or something. And that's like what maybe that's like $12 or something, and it's not nearly as good food or as good for you as the food I'd get at the local Italian restaurant. Which surprised me. I didn't realize that there was. I didn't realize the meals were so. I was shocked because I didn't realize the meals were so low at the restaurant. So the prices don't seem to have like really gone up much at this restaurant. That's what I'm trying to get at and you get quality food still at a reasonable price. But then the fast food restaurants have just gotten out of control. They just have jacked up their prices to levels that's like, well, if it's this high, I might as well just go eat at the local restaurant and have a good meal. That's crazy, man. Crazy. Anyway, okay, I gotta finish this video. I gotta stop before I mess it up.